thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. A couple of my videos have been doing quite well, all in relative terms. Instead of getting like 6 to 8 views, we're in like the 45 to 50 range. So if you guys are tuning into these videos, I want to say thank you. I appreciate y'all, and I'm very grateful. It's the last day of the year in 2022, and as you can see, I have this red irritated eye, so don't worry, I'm okay. That's the first thing I'm going to address. It is a condition known as ocular rosacea, or rosacea. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is going to be fatal. I'm not going to lose my sight. It is simply just an inflammation of the eyes that causes redness, burning, itching, and it typically develops in adults between the ages of 30 and 50, typically in women, but it is not very atypical, or it is atypical for men to develop it at this young of an age. Like, I'm 24, there's no cure, but there can be some medications and a good eye care routine that helps like reduce symptoms. So I just want to get that out of the way, that like, I'm okay, I'm healthy, don't worry, I'm fine. But it typically flares up when there are instances of very intense exercise. So whenever I deadlift, squat, or bench very, very heavy, the eyes tend to, I guess, pop blood vessels, or blood just moves into the eyes, and it causes this really, really red, irritant, almost kind of looks like Pete Davidson butthole eye, pink eye kind of thing. So I'm okay. Again, ocular rosacea, but I'm okay. So back to goals of 2022. It's the last day of the year, and I did a full send Saturday session. I don't know when it was exactly, but about 8 to 12 weeks ago, I set out 3 goals. I wanted these goals to seem not unobtainable, but extremely hard to achieve, pushing myself the hardest that I possibly could. I'm going to go over the 3 lifts. I'm going to break down what happened today for each one, and then how I can improve moving forward. So in case you guys have similar goals, you guys can do the same. So the first one, and this is the one that I prioritize the most because I'm in the peak of my strength session where I want to be as strong and physically fit as possible. I'm 2 weeks out from in weightlifting competition where I'll be snatching and clean and jerking in 2 weeks on January 15th. So hopefully have a little mini doc there. Maybe not leading up to it, but maybe the day of. I'm not sure yet, so stay tuned. But I will definitely be having videos of the lifts 100%. So the first goal is a 405 pound. For everybody who uses kilos, that is 405 divided by 2.2, 184 kilograms for 5. So I hit a 5 rep max about 16 to 12 weeks ago. So, what was that? 3 to 4 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. I'm not really sure. I have to look back through, but I hit 390 for 5. So 405 for 5 is a 15-pound jump. It's very aggressive. It's very big. But when I hit the 390 for 5, I felt really, really good. And I even took a 6th lift and made that. So I did it for 6 reps. So I knew there was still more in the tank. And this is a number that scares me because a year ago, 405 was my max. I think it was like 410 at the time at the end of last year. So I've gained 30 pounds. I'm at 440 now. And that is 405 divided by 40 is a 92% of my 1RM. So I hit my 92% 1RM for 5. So that was super aggressive. I don't recommend that for everybody. And I think for me, my back squat is 100% one of my better lifts. I love squatting. Front squat, overhead, and back squat are my forte, especially for that high-end percentage. That's just how I am as a lifter. For somebody else, they may just do really, really well at high 1RM singles. They may be a 10 RM lifter, but for me, that 3 to 5 is like my money range. So I don't recommend that for everybody, but I fueled up properly. Work was a little bit less exhausting this week. I didn't work like a full 50. I was more in that 43 hour to 45 hour range work week. I ate super well. I slept decently. I slept really well the last night and the night before leading up. So Friday I slept well. And then, Thursday into Friday, and then Friday into Saturday. Slept really, really well. Had a really good breakfast. Prepared. I took about 45 minutes to warm up. I went full body, head to toe, and then executed on the 405 by 5. So super pumped. I didn't know if I would be able to do it, but we did. The second lift is the 275 bench press. The most I've ever hit in the past, literally like 2 to 3 years, is 265. I've had some shoulder issues, chest issues, like really irritating, nagging, I wouldn't say injuries, but just things, little small setbacks. So I hit 270 about 4 weeks ago, and I knew I was building up to this 275. I simply just did not have the juice in me. I did not train as hard as I should have on the bench press because I've been focusing more on the snatch and clean and jerk. And I had to alter my goals a little bit because when I was benching more, yes, my bench was getting stronger, more consistent. I hit 265 today, and it felt really, really nice. The best it's ever moved, which is weird because it was a 1RM literally 4 or 5 weeks ago, or 3 or 4 weeks ago, and now it was moving super well. So 275 was a big jump. Didn't feel great, didn't move well, failed, not miserably, but it wasn't close, to say the least. So my spotter had to help me. So recalibrating, how am I going to improve this in the future? When I'm done my clean and jerk and snatch event weightlifting in 2 weeks, I will be focusing and dialing in more on getting more bench volume, more technique, probably hitting some pauses, some floor presses, just strict overhead pressing, allowing myself to be a little bit more primed and prepped for that, and probably not hit a 405 by 5 back squat beforehand. That was a little more nervous system, fatiguing than I expected. So that is how we will move forward with the 275 bench. But right now it's not really the focus. Again, the squat was more of my focus, so that's why I did it first. Then we did the bench press, so we were close. And then I utterly failed on my third goal, which was 30 strict pull-ups, all the way up, all the way down, no kipping like you would see in CrossFit. I used grips because my hands were all tore up, and I failed miserably. The most I've ever done is 24, so that was a 6 rep increase, or 25%. So very aggressive, very hard to do, especially at the time when I hit 24 strict pull-ups. I was about 180 to 185 pounds, and now I'm about 8 to 10 pounds heavier at between 190 and 195 body weight. I think today I weighed in at 192, so I was quite heavy. Didn't even have shoes on, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I only got 20 reps. So moving forward, as I cut down a little bit of weight after my strength cycle, after the event in 2 weeks, I'm going to probably drop about 3 to 5 pounds, prepping and priming for the Invictus Boston Invitational and Metcon Rush, hopefully, and of course the open season. So I'll probably be down 5 pounds, and then I could scale up the amount of pull-ups that I can do, because 5 pounds makes a huge difference. So that's the plan there. Circling back to the back squat, we're just going to keep my strength levels high, squatting heavy once a week, hitting one type of volume-esque thing, and then probably one more skill-based type of squat, whether it's tempo, pause, just working on my cadence and rhythm, that sort of thing, bar placement, just playing around with some things there. So that's the plan for the back squat. Really, really happy with how the day went. Had a really good qualifier workout for Invictus Boston, finished that up, hit a nice solid 295 hang clean and jerk, which is 90% of my 1RM clean. I went way too big of a jump and went to 310 and missed in the dying seconds of the workout, but the Metcon itself was excellent. I finished in sub 5, felt fantastic, and now I'm just here. Body feels healthy, very blessed, and I'm thankful for you guys to be watching this video. So, as always, peace and much love, and Happy New Year. Take care.